بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الصلاة والسلام على محمد وعلى آله الطاهرين. السلام عليكم. Mrs. زينب, Mrs. سبام, Mr. دينا فاضل. أهلا وسهلا بكم. إن شاء الله أن يكون ترما خيرا لكلنا. السلام ورحمة الله. I don't know what's the problem for entering the class for your friends, but this session is for introduction. Inshallah, the problem is better for the next session. Okay, that's right. First of all, in Iran, this اليوم يوم الثاني عشر من رجب المرجب. غدا is يوم ولادة مولانا أمير المؤمنين. What about the Iraq? Iraq غدا is يوم الثلاث عشر من رجب, or the day after the tomorrow. In Iran, الليلة ليلة ولادة مولانا أمير المؤمنين. What about the Iraq? Do you hear me, Mrs. Zainab, Mrs. Sabah, Mr. Dina? Mr. Dina or Mrs. Dina? Mr. Dina, huh? في العراق أيضا. أي والله. في إيران يوم ولادة مولانا أمير المؤمنين is يوم الرجل. We say روز مرد. يوم ولادة سيدة النساء العالمين يوم المرأة in Iran. And يوم ولادة أمير المؤمنين يوم الرجل in Iran. And يوم أب إن شاء الله لكلنا إن شاء الله خير الولادة إن شاء الله. إن شاء الله لكلنا. Okay. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. This is about digital image processing. إن شاء الله لكلنا, لكل محبي أمير المؤمنين إن شاء الله. Digital image processing. Our reference book is Gonzalez. Okay, you all know Gonzalez, and this is the 4th edition from Pearson. I have this file, and I upload this file for you in Telegram, for example, and in this LMS. Okay, maybe, for example, for the next session we go to English version of our server. Okay, but this time this is our Persian server. Maybe this problem for your friends is about this version of server. But I upload this file in Telegram group and in our LMS server. Okay, digital image processing 4th edition 2018. That's what from Pearson publisher. In this session we see some review about the chapters, only about the chapters of this book, and there's an time. Chapter 1, Introduction, the origins of digital image processing. This chapter is some introductions. The next one, examples of fields that use digital image processing. For example, gamma ray imaging, imaging in ultraviolet band, imaging in visible and infrared bands, imaging in microwave band, imaging in radio band, and some other examples. Okay, you have you know some health examples about MRI, sonography, CT. All of this can use image processing. Fundamentals steps in digital image processing in this chapter, and components of an image processing system. Okay, some building blocks of image processing system. The next chapter is about digital image fundamentals, about digital image itself, okay, fundamental. For example, elements of visual perception, light and electromagnetic spectrum, we say TAFE. Oh, the sound is, This is better or not? This is enough. This is good or not? Yes. Cutting. Oh, if cutting, I disconnect my camera. Okay, maybe it's better. I disconnect my camera, and the sound is better or not? This is Saba. Sound is better. 1, 2, 3. Hello, 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 hello. Oh, it's better. Inshallah. That's right. Chapter 2. Elements of visual perception, light and electromagnetic spectrum, image sensing and image acquisition, data acquisition, okay, and getting it at going it in our DSP system. Oh, Mr. Ahmed, ala masala. Image sampling and quantization, some basic relationships between some pixels, for example. An introduction to mathematical tools used in digital image processing. Salam, salam, Mr. Ahmed. Salam. Mr. Ahmed, you are Mr. Saifullah. Okay, you are Mr. Dr. Saifullah. Mr. Ahmed? Or not? Miss. No, Mr. Ahmed. Okay, I say your picture. Mr. Ode, Mr. Salam, and you, okay? I said your picture is as Dr. Saifullah. Oh? Oh, okay, okay. هلا سلام بهم بمسه دايما بمسر سلام. Oh, okay. أما مبروك لك لهم ولادة مولانا أمير المؤمنين. That's right. An introduction to mathematical tools used in digital image processing. And in this semester we use, for example, in MATLAB Toolbox, and Python, and OpenCV, okay? Inshallah. And some projects in these medias. Another ones, inshallah لكلنا. Array versus matrix operations, linear versus non-linear operations, arithmetic operations, set and logic or logical operations, vectors and matrix operations, image transform, probabilistic methods. All of these are used in, for example, MATLAB Toolbox and others. That's right. The next chapter about intensity transformations and spatial filtering. Okay. The first one, background about these transformations. Some basic intensity transformation functions, histogram processing, some building block. Fundamentals of spatial filtering, smoothing spatial filters, sharpening spatial filters, okay? Inshallah, we will be familiar with these items. Combining spatial enhancement methods, using fuzzy techniques for intensity transformations and spatial filtering, okay? The next chapter about filtering in frequency domain. First of all, background, preliminary concepts, for example, introduction to Fourier transform and frequency domain. Okay, this is very important for example, image processing, voice processing, DSP, digital signal processing, etc. Sampling and sampling theorem and Fourier transform of sampled functions. For example, the least frequency for sampling for avoiding aliasing phenomena, okay, named Nyquist rate, okay. The next one, discrete Fourier transform, or DFT, or DTFT, discrete time Fourier transform of one variable. Next, extension of functions to two variables, to DFT or DTFT. Some properties of 2D discrete time Fourier transforms, okay. And basics of filtering in frequency domain. What about amplitude? What about phase? What about, for example, some distortions in phase domain, etc., amplitude, etc. Or, for example, some other items in this area. Another one, image smoothing using frequency domain filters. Another one, image sharpening using that tools for in this area in frequency domain. Another one is selective filtering. For example, band reject or notch filtering. Notch filtering is the same as band reject. Band reject filtering or band stop filtering. Okay. For example, for deleting some not good variables, okay, or components, not desired components, and implementation of these filters in practical for enhancing the image. And for example, Walsh transform, Hadamard transform, DCT or discrete cosine transform, okay, and some other transforms that we see there. Another one or another chapter is for image restoration, okay, and reconstruction, okay, reconstructing an image. A model of the image degradation or restoration process, noise models, restoration in the presence of noise only, spatial filtering, periodic noise reduction by frequency domain filtering, linear position invariant degradations, and estimating the degradation function. That's right. Again, in this chapter, inverse filtering, minimum mean square, or defined by Wiener filtering, constraint least square filtering, geometric mean filter, and image reconstruction from projections. That's right. The next chapter, this chapter again. This chapter, image restoration, how to find linear motion blur and out of focus blur parameters, and then restore such degraded images in this chapter by some filters and transforms. The next chapter, color image processing, not gray image. Color fundamentals, color models, pseudo color image processing, basics of full color image processing, and color transformation. Again, smoothing and sharpening the color image segmentation based on the color of an area, noise in color images, and color image comparison. That's right. The next chapter, inshallah, we see wavelets and multi-resolution processing. That's right. Some speaks about wavelet and its use in image processing. The next chapter is about image comparison. Some fundamentals about, for example, coding redundancy, spatial and temporal redundancy, irrelevant information, measuring image information, fidelity criteria, image comparison methods, image formulas, containers, and comparison standards in this chapter. And for example, some coding methods or for comparison, for example, Huffman coding, arithmetic coding, LZW, or this three ones, Lempel, Zhuan, Welsh coding, that means LZW, Runlen coding, symbol-based coding, bit plane coding, black transform coding, predictive coding, wavelet coding, and some other maybe codings, and watermarking. Okay, watermarking can be used for comparison and for some other items, for example for encryption. That's right. But here about for using watermarking for comparison is about one of codings. Okay, and it's very important, watermarking for embedding some other informations in the first one, in the background, in the image. Okay, or in voice in other files, but this time we say about image. The next chapter about binary image analysis, binary image morphology, structuring element, basic morphological operations, dilation and erosion, for example expansion and compaction, opening and closing an image, delete or miss transformation. Okay, and boundary extraction, hole filling, extraction of connected components, convex hull, thinning, thickening. These are the vice versa, skeleton and pairing. And in chapter 10, if we reach them, okay, image segmentation, the next one representation and description, and the next one object recognition. And okay, inshallah we in this semester to when we can arrive. Okay, to what components and what chapters we can arrive. We are in خدمتكم. But about scores, this excuse me, I had cold for corona. I had Omicron, okay, for the last week, but last weekend, the last before the last week, and was very I say bad, but I'm better. I'm better. Please be careful for you and your family. That's right. We have a final exam with 4 scores. Okay, that means 20%, and all class activities about 16 scores. أنتم إن شاء الله كلنا إن شاء الله. And all about all class activities 16 or 80%. شكرا. Okay, for example, some exercises, projects with MATLAB, with OpenCV, with Python, all of them with about 80%, and only one final exam with about 4 scores, okay, or 20%. That means this is very important. All class activities is very important. You see my cursor here, okay? All class activities 80%. This is very important. Another one, be in the class for all of the semester. A maximum of 3 from 16 absent is allowed. Okay. For example, 6 sessions. If more than 6 sessions, one of you was absent, he or she should go from the class, okay, and delete the course. But not this time. This time is the first time, and some of you couldn't come to class. But for example, from the next session, the next session is Wednesday. That's right. I check your absent and huzur و غياب, and you should be in the class for all of the semester time. Another one, maybe in this all class activities, we have some exercises in MATLAB, in Python, etc. Maybe we have, for example, some papers description. Okay, you should, for example, search and find a good paper and present it in the class for your friends. Okay, maybe about 2 scores. I don't know this time. Okay, I say later. And there's an interesting. If you have some example, some questions, please ask. If not, we go for the next session to your other friends be in the class. Okay, and we don't start the chapter 1 because there isn't any some of your friends. Do you have any questions? Mr. Hamid, Mr. Dina, Mrs. Zaina, Mrs. Saba? What means Dina? Mr. Dina. What means Dina? الحكمة. دينا الحكمة. الدين الإسلامي. Dina. We don't have this in Iran, in Persian. I say correct? Dina Fazil. Okay. That's right. Please, I shared my the Telegram group, okay, and so some of you, maybe 3 of you, I see. Mr. Yasser Salam. Mr. Yasser Salam, Mrs. Zainab, again Mr. Yasser Salam, Mr. Dena, Mrs. Dena, and Mr. Sabah are in the group. Okay, please share the link of the Telegram group for your friends to come in the Telegram group and be from the first of time for the next session in Wednesday. That's right. A question. There isn't any problem for you for the start of the class. For example, some of you are employees, okay? There isn't no problem for the time of the class for you. All of you, please answer. The time of the class is okay? Okay. Oh, okay. No problem for employees, okay? Oh, that's right, Mr. Dino. And Mr. Hamid, do you hear me? No problem for time of the class? Mr. Hamid isn't answering. That's right. And I say, في أمان الله. In Persian, في أمان الله. مع السلامة. Thank you. Oh, Mr. Hamid, again, let's save. That's right. ما مشكل. Mr. Hamid, please join the Telegram group. I check it. Control V. No. Oh, this is okay. This is the Telegram group. You and others, and say to your friends that come into the Telegram group, okay, and join it. That's right. Okay. Again, I say you congratulations, مبروك لكم ولادة مولانا أمير المؤمنين يوم الأب and يوم الرجل في إيران. Okay, inshallah. When of you are in Najaf? What of you? Isn't any of you in Najaf city? No, Mr. Ahmed. Mr. Ahmed, I say you are from Maidan, huh, Mr. Ahmed? Mr. Ahmed, you go to Najaf tomorrow? Oh, Mr. Dina is from Karbala. Oh, eyvallah, eyvallah. بلغ سلامي بمولانا. eyvallah, Abi Abdullah. Mr. Ahmed, you go to Najaf tomorrow? eyvallah, Mr. Ahmed. بلغ سلامي. eyvallah, eyvallah, eyvallah. بلغ سلامي, Mr. Ahmed. This is me. إن شاء الله زيارة مقبولة إن شاء الله غدا. That's right. إن شاء الله. شكرا لكم Mrs. زينب. شكرا لكم. Oh, Mrs. زينب, you go for زيارة إمام علي غدا? Okay, Mr. Ahmed. Okay. إن شاء الله Mrs. زينب. That's right. That's right. All of you. That's right. Okay. Okay. أستودعكم الله. في أمان الله.